I'm Michelle. I'm going to tell you a little bit today about my 20s and about my 30th birthday party and about how I felt turning 30 because it was kind of a big milestone in my life. It doesn't have to be, but for me it was. So I spent my 20s just feeling kind of garbage a lot of the time. I suffer from severe anxiety and depression. I was diagnosed bipolar when I was 29, so that wasn't something I was aware of during my 20s, but it certainly was something that impacted my 20s big time. And I just kind of didn't know who I was or what I was doing. I felt like I was turning in circles. I wanted to be a writer or an artist, and I spent so much time writing and making art, and I just thought, if I just keep working, if you work all day, if you work so hard, you'll get where you want to go. And that's not really what life's like. That was probably one of the biggest things I learned in my 20s. Hard work doesn't equal success. You need hard work to be successful, 100%, but you also need a lot of luck. You need to find a way to be happy with who you are and with what your life is, even if it's not the picture that you imagined it would be. So in a way, I kind of learned that for me, success is creating a life that makes me happy, that helps others, that fulfills a whole bunch of things that aren't kind of things I thought when I started out my 20s. And coming up to turning 30, I really was dreading it because I was not a writer. I wasn't making money doing the things that I love to do. I was single. I'd been single for 7 years, and I just felt like, oh, why doesn't anyone want me? I just couldn't figure anything out. And I really didn't want to turn 30 because it seemed like I wasn't the person I was supposed to be when I turned 30, which is something I think, that society kind of imposes on us, this idea of who we should be. We're surrounded by all this crap. So I decided to throw a big 30th for myself that would make me look forward to turning 30. But I didn't have a lot of money. I was very lucky that my parents let me host my 30th birthday party at their house because my flat probably fits 10 people in here, and I wanted to do something special and I couldn't afford a venue, so I'm very privileged in that way that my parents let me throw the party at their house. And I decided that the theme of the 30th would be, I would tell everyone that the theme was a wake for my 20s, and so everyone should wear black, and sort of I sent out all black invitations, and then when they arrived it would be rainbow and colourful, and the theme is you're enough and I'm enough. And I just wanted it to be a celebration of positive mental health, because if there was something that came out of my 20s, it was learning how to maintain my mental health, and I wanted to celebrate that. I gave a speech. I think sort of typically at these kind of parties you get your friends or your family to give a speech about what you were like growing up or why they're proud to be your friend or happy birthday, but instead I just spoke myself and I talked about my mental health journey, and it was very weird and very depressing because I talked about being suicidal, I talked about being so down, and then I talked about how I felt so much better and excited about my 30s. Well, my first book, Her Kind of Luck, is coming out this October, but at that time of my 30th, I had just signed the book deal with Brio Books, and I hadn't told anyone yet, so I was able to share that news as part of my speech as well. And doing that in that weird way where everyone was like, okay, cool, it made me feel great, and it was a great end to my 20s. I'm going to talk a lot about the decorations and this and that and the party stuff and the sort of zhuzhy glam stuff because that's what I love, but you definitely don't need that to feel good about yourself. I want to be clear. I love throwing a party. I love making events that surprise people and put a smile on their faces, and I know that for a lot of people going to events like that can be anxiety inducing and stressful, and I like to have like lots of interactive elements and cool things that make you feel comfortable and relaxed, which is why I had toaster and marshmallows, and I made a treasure hunt which went from the party and then around the alleys and back streets near my parents' house, which you could do as a group or individually. It just gives people something to talk about. that can kind of break the ice, particularly if they don't know each other well, and not feel alone at a party. That's really important to me. So I am going to talk a lot about that stuff and the decorations because I love crafting. I love making stuff, and I want to share with you what I did and how I did it in a sort of cost-effective way. But I want to be clear that positive mental health does not require those kind of trimmings. For me, I kind of realized that a lot of my friends were getting married and having babies, and I was going to sort of hens and baby showers and this and that, and I realized I was happy for my friends, and it wasn't that I wanted to be married or that I felt I needed to have a kid. It was that I was jealous that they were able to celebrate milestones in my life, and I didn't feel like I had the same milestones, and I wanted to celebrate myself and choose what the big milestones in my life were going to be, which is why I really wanted to throw this big party and have that level of celebration, even if I am on my own.